Hello there, everyone. Oh, guess what? I'm already back with my cloning dilemma. Well. History teaches us that uh, um, the debates about human cloning truly started in the 60s, and it was fierce. Mm. And in 1966, uh, Joshua Lederberg, a geneticist who won a Nobel Prize, wrote an article in the American Naturalist, mm, about this subject, promoting human cloning. And in 1967, he wrote another article in the Washington Post. However, Leon Kass, who was, a conservative bioethicist, was against that undertaking. He stated that the programmed reproduction of man will, in fact, dehumanize him. Mm. And another Nobel laureate, James D. Watson, made public uh, the perils of, you know, cloning in his Atlantic monthly essay, moving toward the clonal, moving toward the clonal man, moving toward the clonal man. And that's the title of the essay, and that was in 1971. And well before that, in 1963, um, there was also this man, J.B.S. Haldane. He's the one who really introduced um, us with human cloning. He introduced the world to human cloning. Mm-hmm. And he assigned the term clone and cloning. I think he coined that term, those terms, clone and cloning. Mm. And and those terms were used in agriculture since the early 20th century. In his speech on biological possibilities for the human species of the next 10,000 years, at, at the SIBA Foundation Symposium on Man and His Future in the year 1963, he said, "It is extremely hopeful that some human cell lines can be grown on a medium of precisely non-chemical composition. Perhaps the first step will be the production of a clone from a single fertilized egg, as in Brave New World, the book. That book, Brave New World. Assuming that cloning is possible, he continued, I expect that most clones will be made from people aged at least 50, except for athletes and dancers who will be cloned younger. They will be made from people who were held to have excelled in socially acceptable accomplishments. Well, notice that he says, the age requirement was to be at least 50, unless they were younger, or unless the targets were younger, or athletes and athletes and dancers, and who have reached quite some social accomplishments. But I was neither 50 nor was I accomplished socially, or or a star athlete or dancer. I was just a regular kid, you know, and who grew up. He was growing up in a regular, well, not so regular, but quite a very um, a poor family, and regular parents who were doing their best, working their hardest to raise us, and my siblings and myself. I was the third on in a family of six, and so I have five siblings. And my parents, they were farmers. They practice small farming, and also bought goods and goods and sold them, just to put food on the table. Um, yes, so, and I was I was in a school. I was going to a Catholic school. A very bright kid, very introverted, diffident, perfectly diffident. And well, I don't know. What went on was beyond anything I could have ever imagined that would happen to me. Uh, I did not understand what was happening, why what it was happening. Um, I was just on the receiving end, of everything, of it all, very innocently. Mm. And I know, I also know, after that, I'm not sure how I was before, but after that, I was also quite on the receiving end of some a very great deal of paranormal activities, and that have lasted, ever since. Um, Excuse me. Um, I will later on, narrate some of those. Go a little, go a little into detail some of those some of those activities. Um, or yeah, I also know my my father was well, after I had I approached a couple of times my father with some of those occurrences, abnormal occurrences that happened to me, and it appeared not to be quite shocked. Um, I remember he told me. He used to tell me about his family. His father was what they used to call then what is he call it the a chief a chief of the village. And from what he said, and from what they say up to today, those chief of villages are endowed with great supernatural powers. Um, they could fly, hmm and do many other things not so common with average humans. So he used to narrate those stories to me, and he even told me that as the eldest son, of his parents, he was the one who was supposed to inherit. I mean, to take over his dad take over after his dad had passed away, take over, the being a chief after the passing of his dad, but he didn't want to go through all the perils of being a chief because it came along with great dangers, and he had witnessed what his dad had gone through in terms of defending himself from supernatural assaults from supernatural beings, a great deal of mysteries and mysterious people, and so he fled. He did not want that. He, don't want anywhere to live his life being exposed to that kind of, constant danger. Um, so after he told me that, I I tried to make a connection. I was making connection with what was happening to me, uh, but I couldn't quite figure it out. Um, I didn't know if it was at all connected. But all I knew is, and I didn't even know how much how much of a change, and I couldn't even quite remember who I really was before quite clearly. But one thing that was very clear in my mind was what I was exposed to uh, at the moment of the cloning. It was present in my mind. I did not discuss it, as I said in my first recording. I did not discuss it, and I still have not discussed it with anybody until today. So at that moment, in the close vicinity of the occurrences, it was I was reliving what had happened, but I could not comprehend uh, uh, why and why and the nature of what I had gone through. I couldn't, yes. So it was just, I just knew I went through something major. Um, so the only things I discussed with my father was what and my mother, not jointly, separately, as in separate occasions, were my the paranormal uh, the paranormal experiences there after. Some of them, not all of them. Some of the paranormal experiences I was witnessing after the cloning. And it's quite quite intriguing. Well, not intriguing. Well, it has now been my second nature. This is I embraced it, but rather subconsciously, and I pushed it with the occurrence back into my subconscious, and it had been part. It was I accepted it. I don't know why I did. I can't explain why. It has since been me, and I never questioned it. I wasn't even thinking about it. I just knew, okay, I know very often I was asking myself, oh my God, why do I have to have this life? Oh my, can I just have a regular life? Why is my life like this? But my mind was not going back to the event. Was just not, it didn't, was not. I was just reflecting about, you know, the 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 arbitrariness of my life, that nature, my fate, and how much of a struggle I had to endure, and um, unusually arduous, strenuous existence. Um, um, yes, a strenuous existence came in terms of daily challenges, and also facing uphill battles with everything from normal daily living to abnormal or abnormal occurrences as well. So I will um, eventually discuss them. Um, and so uh, I'm going to stop there for today. I think that is enough revelation. That's yeah. I think I've revealed uh, quite a bit today, even though, but yeah, I've in the first steps in The first steps into uh, diving in this new page, new chapter in my life to reveal who I think I am or I'm not. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you again for listening. Uh, we'll keep talking. I'll keep talking. All right. Until then, until the next time, take care. All right. Much love.